let's talk about job promotions today. So when we get a new job, we enter in usually at the lower tier, and we have to work our way up. That's just the way that life goes. We get a new job, we have to go through the training, we have to go through evaluations, sometimes we even have to take exams in order to get the promotion that we need. There can be a lot of work and effort being put into moving up to the next position. And usually there's someone like a manager or an overseer that helps you reach your goal. And once the timing's right, once you get all of your training in, once everything is done and you get approved, then you can step into your promotion. You can step into the next tier of your job. And what a great and awesome day that is, right? Okay, so what does this have to do with the Advent? We'll find out right now. Galatians 4, 1-7. I mean that the heir, as long as he is a child, is no different from a slave, though he is the owner of everything, but he is under guardians and managers until the date set by his father. In the same way, we also, when we were children, were enslaved to the elementary principles of the world. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons. And because you are sons, God has sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. So you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if a son, then an heir through God. Lots to unpack here. But okay, let's get back to the job promotion. Now, much like we talked about the job promotion, it's talking here about someone who is going to inherit an estate, an heir. So when an heir inherits an estate, he doesn't just, okay, he's in charge, at least not back then. What they had was they had guardians of the estates, and these guardians took the heir and they had to go through a learning process on how to manage the estate. And once the right time came, that he learned how to manage the estate, or the appointed time that his father decided that he was going to inherit the estate, then he stepped into his position fully. So what does this mean for us as Christians? Well, at the time that Jesus was born, both Jews and Gentiles were wrapped up in religion. They were wrapped up in the law. God had given them the law so that they could walk in his ways. But humans are really good at injecting our own personal take on that in following the letter of the law. And then the fullness of time happened. God's timing, not anyone else's timing. God's going to do things on his own time, right? He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. And when the fullness of time happened, that is when he decided, it's time. It's time for my son, Jesus, to take on human flesh and save the world. Through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, we can now live by grace and are released from the law. Two things. God has redeemed us. He has taken us out of our desperate, sinful situation. And through the shedding of the blood of his perfect Son, Jesus Christ, he has made us a new people. Next, God has adopted us. Once we were slaves to sin, wandering back and forth, which way to go. But God, through his Son, Jesus Christ, has scooped us up and held us close and has told us, I am adopting you. You are my son. You are my daughter. You are my heir, and I love you. And we will live one day. We will inherit heaven and be in heaven with our Heavenly Father. What could be better than that? All right, I am so excited to continue this journey with you. Have a great day.